Hi, I'm Cristina Smith, creator, along with my ever brilliant, ever genius, ever creative brother, puzzle master Rick Smith, of the award-winning, best-selling, fun Yoga for the Brain series of profound philosophy and fun puzzle books. Did I say fun? These puzzle books help you get more health and happiness through the power of positive play. We are celebrating the release of our fifth book in the series, Inspired Wisdom Word Search Yoga for the Brain, by hanging out with some of the amazing contributing authors of the 60 that participated in the book. Today we have with us the author of puzzle number 11, Bertha Edington. She wrote, Love Your Neighbor and Yourself. Welcome, Bertha.
Hello, hi there.
Please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my profession is a marketing professional. I have been doing that for many years and have gone through many iterations of it, from print ad to digital. Now everything's online and it's great. It's a wonderful way to stay up to speed and keep up with all the modern challenges. It's really a very cutting edge field. So that's fun for me to stay abreast of all of that. And I feel very blessed. I enjoy marketing. It's something I've always felt is like a puzzle, to figure out the right answer for the right amount of money for the right person, for the right market. It's a puzzle to make it all work in a way that benefits everybody.
Yeah,
and I would like to mention too, I was thinking about us talking this morning and thinking about marketing and what I do. And, many years ago when I started in marketing and started in advertising, it was like, oh, that's a cop out. You're working for people who are trying to coerce people into buying things they don't need. And I have to confess, in many cases, that's true. And there is a lack of integrity in many cases in this field. On the other hand, there are many people, like the members of our group, who have important services and or products that will really help people. And their core competency may not be getting that word out. It's creating whatever they create. So marketing really is a bridge between somebody, I think, the way I practice it, between somebody who has something valuable to offer to the people who really would receive value from that. So I think that's an important way, and has been my whole career, for me to look at marketing. Am I helping somebody or am I hurting somebody? So I just want to put that spin on marketing for our group.
Well, and that's really a good point, because I think we share the same kind of perspective, in that marketing is about building a community or finding the community that can benefit from the product or service that the person is offering. So it's really, when you are coming from your center, your love, your gift, you're offering your blessings and your gifts to the world, then marketing is the way to offer them to the community who is hungry for them, who wants them, who will benefit the most, right?
Well, and the book is a perfect example, because you've created a wonderful community with the book, just the authors, and that's great. And I'm blessed to be a part of that group, really. But if that book just sat in each one of the 60 authors' bookshelves and never went out to help anybody, we're missing a big part of it. So in order to make that happen, we do market the book, and there is marketing on Amazon, and there are things to spread all these good, helpful thoughts and services, and so it's all part of a whole.
Right.
Together.
As the quote that's either often quoted to Nelson Mandela and or Marianne Williamson, it does us no good to play small now. It's our time to be available in the world right now, because this is the time where our gifts are needed, and we need to be able to offer them, and people need to be able to find them. And that's one of the things I love about your message, love your neighbor and yourself. It really ties further in. It just further exemplifies you as a living example of your philosophy. Could you talk a little bit about your puzzle?
Yeah, definitely. It's a message that I feel very strongly about. I think that part of what we are doing in this world today is I think we are loving our neighbors exactly as we're loving ourselves. And unfortunately, many times we don't love ourselves truly, genuinely, um, for whatever reason. Childhood hurts. I mean, the reasons are endless, and valid. They're not, I'm not saying they're not valid, but I think I've become really enamored of the idea that we need to truly learn to love ourselves, and that by doing that, that's when we will have what we really need to give to the world. And then unless we have compassion for ourselves, unless we can treat ourselves like we treat our best friends, um, or like we want our best friends to treat us, then we're missing a step we need for healing in the world.
So we need to apply the golden rule to ourselves first. Is
Yeah,
that what you're
first.
saying?
Yeah, pretty much, pretty much. And so many of us were taught when we were young, especially those of us from real Christian religious backgrounds, and Jewish and others, I shouldn't say just Christian, that that's selfish to think of yourself and to be kind to yourself, and that's a very selfish thing. And it's not. It's not, because you can do serious damage to yourself if you don't do that. And all you have left is the incessant little, you're not good enough, you're not blah blah blah, and that doesn't help anybody putting that process into the world.
So
So I feel
what
very, very strongly about this subject. And for me, it's a work in progress. I'm not saying I have an answer. I'm saying this is a thing I am choosing this year to focus on. And I love Lily Tomlin's quote. She said, "The road to success is always under construction." So that's how I feel about myself and that work.
So what advice would you give to someone who feels like they're kind of like really less than, and don't really think very highly of themselves, and couldn't imagine really loving themselves, much less liking themselves? Where could they start?
Yeah, that's a toughie. That's a toughie. I think you really have to go within and just imagine giving yourself a break. It's nothing startlingly new. I think you have to imagine yourself as a child, and would you love that child? And trying to listen for some of the talk about why you're unworthy, and really truly reality check that. I think when we start reality checking that negative talk, really, really, truly, not just defaulting to it, but I'm not worthy, nobody loves me. Well, why? What? How is that? How is that true? Do you have no friends? Are you mean? Are you nasty? Are you, what makes that statement true? When you can deeply reality check that, I think you start to realize, well, wait a minute, this is a lie. And when you start to begin to realize that you've lived lies, and you've inculcated those lies into yourself, then you can start to, I think, back away and go, wait a minute, I'm not doing this anymore. So
I
it's
am
it's
worthy.
work. It's not easy, and it's not automatic.
And it often isn't pretty when you, especially, it's
Scary.
it's scary. It's totally scary. I agree with you. However, as puzzles go, you are the greatest puzzle in your life. And there are great puzzles in here, word search puzzles. What other kinds of puzzles do you like, Bertha?
I like the puzzles, as I said earlier, that marketing proposes. To me, there's a lot of puzzles in daily life. How do I get my schedule to be balanced? How do I have time for me? How do I have time to go take a walk in nature and still get everything done I need to do? What am I going to do on top of all the things I have to do that makes me feel really good about myself today? Those are, to me, all kinds of little puzzles you have to figure out every day. So I like that. I guess
Cool.
I see life as a puzzle.
That's neat. And with many solutions, there are so many right solutions, and the most important solution is yours, no matter what anybody else's is, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's all that matters. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if you want to do some really fun word searches and want to read some inspiringly wise wisdom messages from 60 different contributing authors, pick up your copy of Inspired Wisdom Word Search Yoga for the Brain at a bookstore near you. You can ask for it by name on Amazon.com, Target.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and have fun and play often to stay sharp. Bye for now.
Bye.